saw Kayla Horn, you notice she's always smiling. In this video, you'll notice her passion, but she wants you to look at her right now.
I was tumbling on the street. Like I thought I was going to die.
The 18-year-old, beaten by people she trusted, her face nearly unrecognizable, cuts all over her hands and her body, and this is her Aunt Jessica, sitting beside her.
If this could have happened to anybody, she could have been dead. We couldn't have had her here today.
It happened early Sunday morning. Fort Worth police say they got a call of a robbery near the 6600 block of Brentwood Stair Road just before 6 a.m. Earlier that morning, Kayla says she and her other friend, who was 18, met up with several other people who were older. They were drinking and went out to an after-hours club. Kayla says she stayed in the car and wasn't feeling well. She says she threw up in the car. And she says when the others came back to the vehicle, they were upset.
And out of nowhere, girls had punched me in my mouth and my jaw. We just kept getting beat on.
She says they took her phone, money, and jewelry, then pushed her outside of the car, leaving her on the side of the road.
Nobody should have been drinking. Nobody should have been driving. You just don't do something like that to somebody.
Fort Worth police say they are charging the suspects with aggravated robbery.
I don't know why why they're not getting charged with more, because they tried to kill her.
And while this 18-year-old just wants the bruises on her face to heal, she's stuck with the fact that her trust in others was broken.
Something needs to be done.
In Tarrant County, I'm Richard Solomon. It's her Aunt Jessica, sitting beside her.
If this could have happened to anybody, she could have been dead. We couldn't have had her here today.
It happened early Sunday morning. Fort Worth police say they got a call of a robbery near the 6600 block of Brentwood Stair Road just before 6 a.m. Earlier that morning, Kayla says she and her other friend, who was 18, met up with several other people who were older. They were drinking and went out to an after-hours club. Kayla says she stayed in the car and wasn't feeling well. She says she threw up at the robbery near the 6600 block of Brentwood Stair Road just before 6 a.m. Earlier that morning, Kayla says she and her other friend, who was 18, met up with several other people who were older. They were drinking and went out to an after-hours.
Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone who do rule well and teach well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the elect of the nation of Israel. To you, I say shalom. That's why it's very important for you women, for you young women, and women in general to stay in the house. Okay? So that you can avoid situations like this. But a lot of you women are rebellious, and in your mind, you're going to do what you want to do. Okay? And I don't know their situation in the sense of if she has a current father in her life. But according to the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28, starting from 15 on down, one of the curses is, for roughly paraphrasing, for, the father and the mother not to get along. Okay. And what ended up happening is you will see a so-called one-parent household, right? Because first of all, the curses are cleaving to the children of Israel. The Israelites consist of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So we may very well look like the other nations as well. Okay? But if your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're an Israelite. And if you believe in this truth, ultimately you're an Israelite, because only the Israelites will believe in this truth, starting with the elect of the nation of Israel, the chosen. But I came across this video today and decided to do a lesson on this. I don't really have scriptures already, but I believe the Spirit going to give me some scriptures. But this is judgment from Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Okay, and she said she thought she was going to die, but she didn't. Okay, the Lord had mercy on her. But I believe what she was drinking and others, she met up with older people. She decided to stay in the car because she wasn't feeling good, and she got beat up. Okay, this woman is 18 years old. She's a grown woman. She need guidance. Okay, you women need guidance. You need proper leadership. Okay, and ultimately, you women out there, I'm just saying, you need a man of the Lord, because the scripture says this, right? Train up a child. This is Proverbs 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Right. A lot of you parents, you childish, man. You don't know how to train up your child right. You're supposed to train up your child in the wisdom and the knowledge, of these scriptures. You're supposed to train up a child in this truth. Okay? But a lot of you people, you parents out there, you don't know how to train your child correctly. Okay? So ultimately, man, you women out there, you need a man of the Lord. You need guidance. A man of the Lord will guide you the right way and the proper way. But once again, a lot of you women are rebellious and you refuse to take heed to instruction because you are rebellious. You see? And you have to, hey man, a lot of you women need to stay in the crib, stay in the house, so you can avoid situations like this. Okay? They jumped the girl, they left her on the side of the road, took her phone. You see? That brings me to separate. If I can find that scripture real quick. Take heed. Right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 13. Separate thyself from thy enemies and take heed to thy friends. Right? Starting with the men, the elect men, right? Separating thyself from thy enemies and take heed of thy friends. Okay. We supposed to stay away from our enemies and take heed to our true friends. And who's our true friends? The men of the Lord. Okay. The ones that's doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. The ones that's that believe in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, doing the work of the Lord. Okay. Verse 14, a faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such a one hath found a treasure. Right. Nothing to do with the countervail. Faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear the Lord shall find him. Right. So you can find a faithful friend. You can find those friends. Who are those friends? those that's doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, the hopeful elect, the prophets, start with the prophets, man. And those prophets, right? The Lord is dealing with those men. And a lot of you women need to take heed to the prophets, to the men of the Lord. Because the men of the Lord will guide you the right way and properly, man. We're coming in a time where the scripture, Isaiah 4:1, is going to come to pass. Okay? We're in that time. I know I'm all over the place. Just going through the spirits. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Yeah, a complete number of women is going to take hold to one man. All right? In that day, you know, they're not going to, their mindset is going to be, just take me in. Just let me lay down with you so that I can be saved. That's how their mindset going to be in that day. Okay? You women need to stay in the house. You young women need to stay in the house. You see, when you get abroad, you see when you around people, worldly people, man, things like this happen. But you women, you want to be in danger. You like dangerous situations. Okay? What's the next scripture I was going to get? Yeah, it was going to be in Ecclesiasticus chapter 26. Verse 8, a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. Right? You women just want to get drunk all the time. You want to just gather abroad. It's being shameless, man. You need to be in the house. Oh, that's boring. I don't want to be in the house. That's boring. Well, things like this happen, man. Okay? You got the father not in the household. The father want to be in the child's life, but the mom, the mother's so wicked. She don't want the father to be a father to their children, to their daughters and sons. Okay, so everything is jacked up, man. That's why we need the kingdom of heaven. All right, so I have the Good News translation at the bottom, right, of the screen. Now the King James Version up top. So this is Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 8. In the GNT, it says, a drunken woman is an infuriating sight. She can't conceal her shameless behavior. She cannot conceal her shameless behavior because she's so drunk. I'm not talking about this particular woman. I'm just saying in general. Let's read some comments, right? Somebody said, choose your friends wisely. Not everyone you're thinking is your friend, you're actually a friend. You were low-key jealous of that. They were low-key jealous of that baby. Probably were, you know, right? Let's take a look, right? I didn't mean to put down the messages, man. It's called Tawab.
If you saw Kayla Horn, you notice she's always smiling. Look at the employee! If you saw Kayla Horn, you notice she's always smiling.
Yeah, you could tell they was jealous of her, right? You could tell, right? Call a spade a spade. You could tell they were jealous of her. Let's read some more comments. It says, See, kids, this is why your parents don't want you out at night, especially doing things you're not supposed to. Right. But a lot of you women, a lot of you daughters and sons, especially you daughters, you don't want to listen to your parents. It's almost killing her because she threw up in the car. Somebody said, as the father of daughters, I'm outraged at this. What the F is wrong with people these days? She's a beautiful, strong young lady. She learned a hard lesson. Right. She did learn a lesson. Her lesson should be learned, but did she grasp the lesson? Who knows? Okay, women are rebellious by default. At the end of the day, in their mind, they're going to do what the F they want to do, right? Until hard judgment come upon them. All right? So I just want to do this quick lesson, man. Just, you know, that's why you got to watch your daughter, man. Because they want to do what's wrong. Which is absolutely ridiculous. Okay? So with that, all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Shalom.